Welcome back to part 3 of our adventure. In that last episode you would have seen us crossing the Genie Creek, which was a challenge in itself. And now we're making our way along the Wakooka Track, heading up towards Cape Melville National Park. So we've just got into Cape Melville National Park. And this track just keeps giving. Bit of a motorsport up here. Visitors information, we'll have a quick squiz. There we go, welcome to Cape Melville. Gives you the boating and fishing locations where you're allowed. Beautiful. And we'll have a look up here. There's surveillance cameras, no jeeps or quads, and keep your dogs out. We picked up the Wakooka Track roughly around Starkey, and she runs for about 100 kilometres up towards Wakooka and inside the national park. Now the Wakooka Track is a twin-wheeled dirt and sand track with a number of river and creek crossings along the way. This track does not see any type of maintenance at all during the season. And the locals have told us that we're the first ones through on bikes this season. And HEMA map even stipulates this is a dry weather track only. And this is a good indicator of what a heavy wet season can do to a track. You can see it's completely rutted and washed out. Lucky enough for the bikes, an alternate path around is easy enough to find. So with the track conditions deteriorating, the sand sections getting longer, having 4 or 5 hours under our belts for ride time, all of us were working really hard, and it was time for us to take a break. You've got to come out, guys, out of the creek, and there's shade up here. Alright. Alright, next shade. We're stopping here in the shade, up here. How are we looking? It looks like we're going down to something. So we're still on our way to go up towards Cape Melville area. We're inside this national park. And we've just come down, stopped inside this river here, which is dry, a bit muddy, and had a bite to eat. Boys are all getting ready to go. It's unfortunate that there wasn't a bit more water in this river, as you can see. She was, pretty dry. Hasn't been much rain in here. Feeling better now, boys?
Feeling much better, thank you,
quick protein bar, energy bar, plenty of water.
Have a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good.
And then we just got to negotiate out here. We've got about 25 kilometres, maybe a bit more, 30k to Wakooka, and then it should be a lot easier after that.
19.9.
Oh, no, there you go. Straight line 19.9, maybe a bit over 20. How you going, cars up the top, Grego? There's a thumbs up, mate. Good job. All right, that's us still going. Thanks, this little river. Let's get out of here. And we're back into it, guys.
Good.
We just, when we're riding along and we're all mic, you hear that groan and that, oh! Yeah. You think, okay, all right, better stop here till we're all up. Shan's up.
How you going, Greg? Yeah, good. Nearly 8 near the bottom of the hill.
Greg's up. and it wasn't long after our break that we heard another groan over the comms kits. However, this one sounded extremely painful, so back we went to investigate. So upon getting back to Greg, I wasn't too confident in what I saw, but after initial assessment, we all thought he was just seriously winded. So we lifted the bike up off him and let him get himself in a more comfortable position. And what we didn't know was that Greg's injuries were more severe than initially thought. He had sustained some fractured ribs and torn a number of his rib cartilages. His adventure was about to take a different direction. Well, you would have seen Greg just had that little moment there in the sand, and we thought he was maybe seriously injured, but he was just winded and obviously a bit bruised and battered. So to his credit, he's a fighter and he's back up on the bike and ploughing through this deep sand. So I've suggested let's put him up front and to make sure that we don't put any pressure on Greg and let him ride at his pace, but at least he's in front of us, and there's no chance of us riding off and losing him behind if he drops that bike on him again. So that's it. So back into it, we've got Greg up the front, then Shane, then Steve's just up in front of me. So we're back into the sand. She's deep sand though, she's weird sand. Got myself up here bush bashing. Yeah, different to the Simpson, but still fun. Anyway, we'll get there. We just got to keep the motivation up, take our breaks regularly to keep the energy going, drink the water, and we'll all end up on an easier track to ride. It's certainly good fun. I'm just loving it. So good. All right, get back on comms. You there, Steve-O?
Oh, am I here, mate?
Gotcha, buddy, gotcha, mate. Yep, Steve-O's on comms. I've got, as you can hear, and we're just both cruising along, aren't we, mate? All right, we'll see you for.
Back into a groove again.
Yeah, it's funny after having a bit of a break, sitting down for half an hour and then getting back on the bike, you lose that bit of a, groove, as you said.
Hey!
I'm good. Cheers, buddy. Well, this will be good for Greg if it's like this, not sand.
Yep.
Wow, we haven't gone up a hill for a while. Very nice. You boys up the top?
Yeah, down this way, boys. So I just stopped the place to know this break. Okay, is he going right? Yeah, he's going to store all his trees.
So we've got about 7 kilometres before Wakooka. So it's not far. We're hoping with Greg's injuries and feeling a bit busted up, that the track opens up a bit more and goes from this quite tight twin trail and tricky, fun, enjoyable but tricky, to a bit more of a graded dirt road kind of thing where we can make up some time and not have to work so hard. So anyway, we're all going okay, we're making it work, dealing with what we have, which is good. And as I said, 6.5 kilometres to go and we'll be there. It's amazing countryside though, changes when you go through some gorges back there, as you saw, then down to this dry high grassland type of area, and then you got the odd creek crossing like kind of now. Still haven't seen a crocodile. That's probably a good thing as well. Anyway, see you further on. Here we go. We've got about...
Just wanted to throw one more little curly one at it.
That's it. It's just not giving it up just yet. It's making us work for everything.
In through?
Yep. Wow, that's deeper than I thought. Well, here's our bustling metropolis of Wakooka. We should make a left-hander up here on hopefully a decent track.
Yep.
I was just going to get a photo in front of this sign. It says Cooktown 180 kilometres that way.
There we go. Look at that road, boys.
Cape Melville 4K.
180 since Cookie.
Not the way we came. We came 251 kilometres.
Steve, don't turn it off. Put it here, we'll get a photo.
Am I getting the tripod out for all self-timer?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. As I said, we're at the bustling metropolis of Wakooka, and you can just see, you know, what's going on. It's busy as. That's what I find. It's funny. You see these little points on the map, and it's got a name, and you think you got to get to somewhere that's got something, but you get here and it's a nothing. And this is what it is. You got a couple of, I guess, structures over there with an old tractor. You know, a bit of a dam over the back and a couple other things, and apart from that, nothing at all. But anyway, that's the end of us for that Wakooka road trail, which was, as you saw, wow, that was pretty tough on these bikes. Anyway, we got through. You go up to Cape Melville, up that way to the point, to the ocean up there. It's a lot further than 4 kilometres, and it says there Cooktown is 180, and that's where we've come from, but we've done a bit more than that. So the boys are just having a quick chat. Helmets on, I better do the same. And we're going to head now down towards Cow Power, I think, Cow Power, and which is 70 odd kilometres maybe that way, I think. I'm not really navving, I'm just following the gang. So, and there we've got a decent river crossing over the Normandy River, maybe, I'm not 100% sure. And I tell you what, once we get to Musgrave, it's going to be good. So after a short break and a quick photo session, we got back on the bikes and started heading west. Now this part of Wakooka Road is well maintained, and we were fortunate enough to be travelling on sections that had only just been graded, and they hadn't seen much traffic at all during this season. With Cape Melville National Park on our right and Cow Power Aboriginal Land Trust on our left, it made for a real scenic ride. Now travelling just after a big wet season, it showcased all the beautiful lagoons and billabongs, which in turn presented us with several muddy crossings. And one of these crossings I got myself into a bit of trouble, which I thought I got away with.
Ah, look what we have here. Shadow, we're taking a bath. Stalled it in the creek.
So here we are. Wow, it's pretty awesome, this little part of Cow Power. And this is the crossing. Looks good.
That looks a little bit daunting, to be honest.
It's flowing. Let's have a look.
Cow Power River. Normandy, yeah.
Normandy River. Here we go. This is alright. Yeah! This is easy, boys. There's a little hump here. Alright, come on boys, you've all got to ride this. This is really good. Don't miss that opportunity. Yeah, I'm across and no problem. My right boot's dry, my left boot's saturated. That's good fun.
Ready in case one of us goes.
That's Greg across. Oh, fuck, it's slippery. Shan on the Husqvarna. Nice to get across that. Here comes Steve. Too easy. There we go. Well, didn't see any crocodiles, unfortunately, but I'm sure they're in there, watching us. How far we got to go?
Mate, I haven't got a direct fix on it, but it's showing 52 kilometres.
Oh, okay, so probably about 75, maybe 80.
Mate, that's 52 in a straight line.
Yep.
We're going to get up here and then start heading west into the sun.
And yeah, in the straight line, it'd be pretty close then.
I'm sure that was about, so the 52 k's would be pretty close.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Or maybe it's at another 10 or something or other. I don't know how many k's we're going.
Well, we're under a kilometre to go. We're just about arriving at Musgrave Station. The sun's definitely setting over there on the right. And well, what I would say has been quite a relaxing 170k on this type of road. And we're coming in now. So Greg and Steve are in front of us. They should be here. And this is the Musgrave Station. So we've just ridden from, what is it? Stark River today to here. We've done over, probably about 250 kilometres maybe. And now we go get some fuel and sort out some accommodation or what we're going to do. Alright, here we are, Musgrave Station. We'll work it out, go from here. Good morning from Musgrave Station. Yeah, we got in here just on late yesterday afternoon after what was a pretty massive day and a fair few incidents. And Greg's not faring pretty well over there. He's pretty sore and he's got some sore ribs and he's in all sorts. So we decided not to camp last night. We got some motel rooms here, which was a bit of a luxury for me, or all of us anyway, so it wasn't too bad. So we're just prepping the bikes now, and then we're going to maybe have some breakfast and work out what we're going to do. So I'll quickly show you these rooms. There's Shan, prepping your bike, mate. Morning. Yeah, so they're not bad, these little motel rooms at this station, you know. There's some maybe some dongers down there, and a motel room, and all it is. Just a couple of beds and then a shower through there. And the good thing about having a motel room, not so much for the comfort of the bed, is the fact that you can really give everything a good charge. So we're still at Musgrave. It's been a pretty slow start to the morning. Had some breakfast, but unfortunately Greg has made a decision now to head back south towards Cairns. His injuries are too severe for him to continue on, unfortunately, and just some of the tracks and where we want to go, he doesn't want to, put a damper on our experience. So for him, which is disappointing, he's going to head south. Hope, fingers crossed, he'll be all right. So now what we're doing is pilfering pretty much as we can off Greg's bike. So not that we really need it, we certainly could have done without it, but yeah, we're just taking some. Greg was carrying the spares, so we're going to take that. Some spare oil.
I've done a fair bit of planning for this one, so
yeah, correct.
A little bit unfortunate that try not to compound bad decisions, boys, and do the right thing for a change instead of going with the heart.
That's it,
Heart
mate.
says head north, ribs say go south.
Yeah, so we're taking those little drink bottle holders off the back there. Steve's up the front there. it's
a lightweight bike going, eh?
Yeah, that's right. It's like he's giving up the ghost, and everyone's saying, "Oh, I want this, I want that." So, Steve, you should also get the GoPro mount.
Yep. Take
his GoPro and all his batteries. So, Steve.
Greg's got mobile spare parts.
Yeah. So Greg's actually, you're really a good guy.
My iPad.
You're really a good guy, Greg, to follow us up here to give us a spare 690 and parts and bits and pieces on there, mate.
Just brought some spares to Musgrave for you.
Yeah. So when Steve drowned his bike, his iPad on here died. Obviously we couldn't fix it, so now Steve is going to take Greg's iPad, but because he's using this iPad, he's got to change his mount, so he's got to grab that RAM mount over there. So anyway, that is what we're doing. So it all adds to the adventure, doesn't it?
Sure does, mate.
It sure does. And the main thing is Greg's made a good decision with his injuries. Head south, get back to Sydney and get fixed up, and we'll continue on. Yeah, so anyway, that's us, guys.
That's us. Gonna miss my bro, but we'll be right.
We'll be right. Oh yeah, we'll miss him. 100% we will. But
sorry, boys.
We're still gonna have a great time. But it's just a shame he's not with us. Okay, after what is a very late start today, we've taken a lot of stuff from Greg's bike and repacked it with us. I've done a once over on the bike, ready to go. Steve's on, and we are out of here. All right. So what was 4 is now a 3. Greg's going to grab the gate for us, which is good. Shan's on. Good on you, buddy. And from here we're going to head back along the same road we came in on yesterday, but we're going to make a left hand of some 13 kilometres just down the road and head up towards Lilyvale or Violet Vale, I think it is, and do some backtracks as opposed to heading straight up the PDR up there. Yeah, that's right. Violet Vale first, then Lilyvale after that. Now, we've seen a few things this morning. We saw obviously a Cape York Adventure Tour company come through and about 15 odd DRZ 400s. So they're in front of us. And then we just saw, I don't know, 20 or more GSs, BMW GSs just come past as well on a tour ride. I don't know if that's a safari or what it is. But anyway, potentially we could be in a bit of dust today. We haven't had dust at all for the last 3 days, but once you get onto these main roads Yeah, you're starting to encounter some traffic. So that's where we're at. Go down further and we'll see you later on. Shane Gregg's not with us, but we're still going to make the most of it. Here we go. Oh. Maybe that's why they... Yeah, understood. G'day mate, how are ya? Not too bad. What's the tour?
Just a BMW.
Safari? Yeah, right.
Smaller, 20 of them.
Yeah, nice. Okay. All good. Having a great time.
Fella knows you.
The other week.
You watched a video of mine?
4-part series where you went through bloody Wakooka Track.
Oh, I was with these two guys. Yeah, that's it.
You did a good job of that.
Well, thanks, mate. Yeah. Well, there'll be a 4 or 5 part series of us heading to the Cape.
Right.
Yeah.
So when's your west to east crossing?
Oh, well, that's been put on the back burner until the canning opens up.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
you having fun on the big bikes going up here?
Oh yeah, it's always. No, I recognise the plastics.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. I saw the bike. Yeah, all good.
Where are you guys camped tonight?
Mate, we'll get up to, I don't know, Archer River or something and play around there, you think? All right. Cheers, guys. Yeah, I'm good, mate. Coming. Well, there we go, eh? You like the 4-part series? And now we're stuck in the dust.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's all right. They'll go. I'm famous, boys.
Yeah. He pulled up and he looked at your bike and he goes,
Yeah, I know that bike. Yeah, that's it. Especially with the Larry decals that's on it. Anyway. Here's the BMW Safari. Cheers, boys.
Keep going, push, and go.
Keep going, Shad. Yeah, do it. So we've just managed to come up to Running Creek Station. Historically, I think this track now is open, but back in the day, I think this was not a public road, it was private. Whereas now it's gazetted and you're allowed through, which is good. So, bit rocky, this one. So now we're on a bit more, well, what the map says is a lesser track, just a little dotted line. And we're headed north. Alright, she's dusty, and hopefully we've got a majority of those BMWs behind us, and there's not many in front. Coming down to the Stewart River in the Lama Lama Aboriginal Land Trust. This is a significant crossing. Flowing. Bit of sand, looks like that's the exit. Alright. Here we go. That's very deep, boys.
Take a while to get 25 meters through there.
They're not getting through there. Whoa! Nicely done. There we go. That's very deep just at the start there. Big Shan.
Get ready for your film pit though.
That's not good.
That didn't go to plan.
Bit soft there.
Sorry, boys. Don't be sorry. We've all been here.
Look at Steve, he's not happy.
No.
No.
I'd rather be dry.
Yep. Alright.
Bring the tow rope over.
We'll winch that front wheel, Steve, I think. You and I. 1-4, one wheel. We'll drive it out. Ready, Shan?
Yeah.
Go.
Hang on, I can't hold it up.
Here, let me...
I've got it.
Yeah, you got that?
Alright.
Moved it.
You ready?
1, 2, 3.
Hang on.
We've got to go again.
Hang on.
Just get it up in the sand there, we're good. 1, 2, 3. Alright, she's all yours now, big fella. Good job, team.
Thanks, boys. Should I leave it here until we get these through?
Yeah.
Probably a wise move, isn't it?
Alright.
Alright.
That's it, that's it, that's it. Nice, cuz. You've got that. Great effort. That's it. That's adventure riding, cuz. Hey?
It sure is, my
How
friend.
good is that? She's all yours, Shan. You good, buddy?
Yeah, mate. Thank you.
Well, there we go. We just came down through the Stewart River. Almost incident free. All our bikes still got the right amount of oil in them. That's not white, correct? We're going to go and empty our boots and try and squeeze some water out of our socks.
So just riding along this dirt road, and I've gone to change gears and I felt nothing, and I thought, oh no, I've lost my gear lever, and I've looked over and it looks like the spring that flicks back the I guess the toe, the part that you change gears with, is broken. So the actual gear lever is staying back in that position. So I do have a spare. We will stop soon. We're not far from Cowan, so I'm just going to throw some electrical tape on there to try and keep it in a position where I can actually change gears. The old electrical tape should help me out and keep me going until Cowan, where I'll have a look and look at putting my other gear lever on, I think. There we go. That's going to keep it in that position. And we'll keep going. The other boys are just, I don't know, a bit further in front. They'll be wondering where I am, because I didn't have comms when I pulled over. Shannon knows the joys of adventure riding. These things do happen. I'll get in there. There we go. Tourniquet. Alright, I'll get ready, we'll get back on the bike. This is... yeah. That's not good at all. good at all. Looks like that's the Cape York Adventure Tour, and one bloke unfortunately looks like he's speared in that gully, hasn't he? That'd be the ambulance from Cohen too. Anyway, beautiful wind through there. Poor bugger's only 5 kilometres from Cohen too. They're probably going to have a beer and a feed. Now here we are in the town of Cohen, a little sleepy inland town up towards the Cape. I'd probably say largely an Aboriginal population in this town. Yeah, quite tidy and nice. I've been here once before, 6 or so years ago. You've been here a few times, Shan? Yeah, good chat there, mate. Yeah.
Got to go left, mate.
Yep.
Wrong way.
I just do a little tour of the town, buddy. The post office down here on the left, and the pub, yeah? Okay. There we go. I sat there, had some dinner. Yeah.
Oh yeah, bit of.
Well, we just had a lovely chicken burger and a cool drink at the Sex Exchange Hotel, which is actually the Exchange Hotel in Cohen. And now we've got a bit of blacktop riding to get up to Archer River. And we'll do a bit of a resupply and go from there. Rightio. So why is it named the Sex Exchange Hotel and not its old name, the Exchange Hotel? Well, back in 1976, a group of young plumbers had a huge drinking session in the pub. And that night they decided to go up onto the roof, armed with the letter S, and forever change its name. At first, the publican was not happy about this. However, the word was getting around and people were travelling to the Sex Exchange Hotel. So once the profit started to increase, he decided to leave it. So believe it or not, that is the story. And just over an hour later, after leaving Cohen, we made it to the Archer River Roadhouse. With a quick supply and a few cold drinks, we're on our way to our campground. First, with a stop down at the Archer River for a photo. With more than 7 hours in the saddle today, and the animals starting to wander out on the road, it was time to stop and set up camp. Well, we've stopped for the day, and we're travelling along the PDR, just heading north after Archer River, and we got given some info that you could duck off onto the, what road's this one, mate? Lockhart? No, onto Portland Road. What's happening over there? Jesus. Hey? Onto Portland Road, and if you just nip in there, you'll come across a little creek and you'll be able to camp there. We got there and it was really bone dry. It wasn't no good to us. So we've continued along there a bit longer and come to the Wenlock. There was no real campgrounds anywhere at the ford there. So we just nipped in off this little trail here and decided to set up camp. It's not the best of campgrounds for sure, but however, it's remote, it's isolated, and it's going to do the job for us, which is really good. And the Wenlock, it's only another, just a 5-minute walk back down the trail behind me there, which you'll see. And we're going to go down there with a few drinks, wash our faces, dip our feet in the water, keep our eyes out for some crocs, and that's it. So I'll show you my camp, I'll show you Shan's, and then I'll show you me cuz. So there it is, just set up there with my little ionosphere snug pack. That's it. Got the Helinox chair, nothing too shazzy or special. And the KTM, the 690, love that bike. Just sitting over the back there. So Again, I'm just sleeping on a Cedar Summit Comfort Plus inflatable mattress. I've got my full-size pillow in there because that's what I like. And that's it. Again, I'm just running my little system, a little cooler bag. When we stop at the roadhouse there, I fill it up and you can see there's ice in there and some cool drinks. I've got some CC in there again. This time I also bought myself a few beers and we run with that. And it's pretty good. It does the job for a number of hours anyway. So we'll come over. G'day Shane, you want to quickly talk us through your little setup, mate? Instead of me talking about it?
Just a little Marmo tungsten.
Little Marmo tungsten.
Good little tent. A bit roomier than the others, but it's still pretty light.
Yeah, nice little two-manner, eh?
It is, yeah. But it's good if it's pouring with rain because you can get changed in there or whatever.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
And have your gear under cover.
Perfect.
At night, which helps a little bit.
Got yourself a nice little pillow?
Yeah.
Let's have a look inside. Yeah, looking good. That's what we like to see. Make yourself comfy. And then you're running a Helinox.
Always a Helinox chair.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Too good. Comfy, light. That's a bit bigger than, I forget what that one's called. But
The chair one, maybe? Oh, Sunset? Yeah, Sunset.
Something like that.
What's in this green bag you got here?
Sunset chair.
What's this thing you got here?
This here is very, very special.
The ice.
That is an ice mule. And the good thing about it is that you can inflate it, a bit like a inflatable mattress, self-inflating mattress, because it's got a layer of foam and then you add air to it. So it squashes up really small. Look at that. But then inside there, that is ice, and it holds ice for quite a while.
Yeah, you'll get a whole night out of that.
Yep, definitely. Just keep it locked up,
I like
closed up. And it's easy, it rolls up real small. Seriously, it's probably about that long, rolled up tight with the air out of it. So, and light as anything. And then you just fill it up like that. And we just throw it on the side pannier bags.
We're taking that down to the river?
Yeah, we sure are.
Great stuff. And the Husqvarna's going good?
It is, mate. Yes.
It's purring like a kitten.
Yep.
Beautiful. And your foot? Now, most of your viewers might remember Shan from my last enduro ride when he busted his foot. Look at that. He's got some tales to tell, but it's looking good, mate.
Scars on there, here and there, and
mate, you're testing it out. You're testing it on this ride. I like your thongs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to purchase them on the way, obviously.
Nice. All right, mate. I'm going to head over to my cuz now. How you going, cuz?
I'm going good.
Good, mate. Your setup looks good.
Setting up the modified Helinox Chair 1. Think it is?
Yeah, nice.
No, not Chair 1. What's it called?
Sunset?
Sunset.
Yeah, nice. Same as Shan's.
Yeah.
What's your accommodation down there, mate?
Mate, I've got the Mont Bat Cave.
No poles.
No poles.
That's brilliant.
The poles are an option.
Yep.
But the Mont Bat Cave and the Mont Bat Wing. Really light. Folds up to something exceptionally small.
Brilliant. Look at the real estate you got in there.
Yeah,
beautiful
real
and
estate.
super lightweight.
And the whole side folds out, the ends fold out, super lightweight.
This will be under a kilo.
Yeah. Together. Together.
Fantastic.
And I know probably collectively, small football, small loaf of bread, maybe, both of them together. And which is what it's all about when you adventure riding. You want to, and excuse my Chinese laundry.
I love it. Look at it, all drying. That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
The Husky's going good?
Husky's going good, mate,
Yeah. So, mate, it's been serviced 3 times on the trip, so it's going great.
It's going good. I'll tidy this up in a minute. Take some washing down to the river and sit down with you boys. And
perfect. I like to see you staying hydrated there, mate.
Yes, mate.
Beautiful. All right, well, that's us.
Yeah, that's us.
Boys.
Here we are.
We're going to go. So that's us. We're going down. We're going to have a drink and a swim and just fresh up.
I'd get chopped by a croc.
No crocs. Nice. Well, as we sit by the fire, I've got my cuz there stoking it a little bit more. I just want to show you, here it is. It's after 10 o'clock at night. We bought this ice some 6 hours ago. And look at this. I've still got a drink here. I've got a Canadian Club and Diet Coke with ice in there. And look at the bottom of that. Don't worry about how dirty it is, but there's still ice in the bottom of that. That is fantastic. The ice mule coolers, you were doing a fantastic job because, wow, we've had a few drinks tonight and we are drinking
Still ice in there.
chilly drinks. Fantastic, in the middle of nowhere. Cheers to you, mate. Shan? Cheers, brother. Have a go at Hercules over here. Holy smoke, let me give you a hand. Oh, you've destroyed me tent.